Hello, Gramski here. I'm doing a little coloring, and I wasn't sure how well the crayons would blend, but they're not doing too bad, so I thought I'd bring you along. This book here is called The Coloring Enterprise of Woodland Animals, and it was made by Manriquez Creations, and this year, printed and created in the United States. And there's so many different drawings, and they're all so beautiful and sweet. And some of them are scary, but most of them are sweet. I like sweet. And I like dressed animals. I need a lot of work on this fellow, you know, but I thought I'd start bringing in my colored pencils, but I wanted to show you what I was doing before I got too far into the colored pencils. At first I just colored it, you know, this is brown and this is green, and then I thought, oh, that's too boring, so I started mixing the colors. I put some green and blue in the trees, and some more green in the water, because water isn't just blue, and the trees are misty. You know, the sky kind of flows over the trees, so there's a lot of blue over here. So what I'll do now is just work on him and see where that takes me. I have a lot of colored pencils here because they're Cezanne pencils. They're old, but I figured I might as well start using them. And you know, I find that I go over the light parts pretty quickly, and I concentrate more on deepening the shadows because I think it makes it more stark. I like that. And there is already a lot of shadow here in these pictures, so you just darken where the shadow is with whatever color you choose. I like the idea that he's wearing green. I wouldn't want him to wear any other color. You know, I thought this was a feather, but it's not. It's part of the tree. His pants could be a darker green. I like the print underneath because, you know, it's made out of wax and it gives it more texture. If you like texture, you know, this is a good thing to go for. His shoulders under the collar here, so that'll be you know, a deeper color. Whatever you want, whatever's in the front is lighter, unless you're thinking about atmospheric perspective. And whatever's in the back is in the atmosphere is light, and what is in the foreground is darker. But when you're working on a figure like this, whatever is in the front will be lighter, and whatever he is tucked underneath his shirt, or you know, will be darker. I tend to use the colors that I use on one, I tend to use all over the place. I don't know if that's a thing. but it's my thing. I think it's because I just have it in my hand and I just go nuts. So, oh, I can put it over here and here. I could always add a little more color of the, give it a little more dimension on the shirt. See, it's, you know, all green like that is just, you want a little something else. So I throw in colors. And you can throw in a little brown in the shirt. Or blue. I suppose blue would be even better because blue is a nice shadow color. See, you can, with the crayon, you can just go over what you did and it will still layer. And it works out quickly, which is what I want to do. I just have so many things that I want to do. I can't spend a lot of time on any, one project. But I want to work with my coloring because I know that it'll help my paintings. And the paintings I want to do are quite, fantastic. There'll be animals in the forest and that kind of thing. Part of the tree. So this creature needs to have a little bit more depth. So he'll have more of a more fun colors on him. He's probably more of just a gray creature, but he's mine, and he's going to be cheerful. I don't mind my sniffing. I have, this time of year, I have ragweed problems. I take the sinus medication, but it doesn't clear it up perfectly. Add some more color to him. I'm pretty sure this is his, his beard. I don't think it's part of his shirt. So if you're I like the texture of the crayons. Pretty. You always want to have a light touch, whatever you're doing, because that's how you can layer. If you start out with a really heavy touch, a heavy hand, then it's, what was this color? Then it'll be difficult to, isn't that pretty? I like how it layers on there. Yeah. But you want a light touch because you want to layer your colors. And like what I did, if I had gone in there with a heavy hand, then this color wouldn't show up. I have to tilt, and I tilt my head along with it so that I can color it better. I don't really think before I start like, oh, this guy's going to be, you know, have more of this color or that color. I just start and go with it. You know, some people, you know, especially the professionals, they'll pick out their crayons and their colored pencils before they even begin, because they'll say, this is my palette, this is the colors that I want to work with. But I have no idea what colors I want to work with, so I just lay out a bunch and I go with that. Now I want to deepen him because he needs more depth. His nose there, I don't know if the nose is lighter there or darker, I'm not sure. I don't have a lot of animal anatomy. Yeah, that looks better. He probably has a darker. He has fur, so it's, you know, it's nice to have it look furry. And he has whiskers. Cute little mouth. Professional artists will start out with, you know, many times will start out with grayscale in their work, and then they'll add the color on top of the grayscale, their own drawings. But I tend to like except for these animals, I tend to like to find my own shadows. That's why I like Johanna Basford. But when I saw this book, I thought, oh gosh, another thing I have to have. I have a lot of empty canvas just waiting for me. I don't think I'll paint this guy though, because I don't even know what I don't even know what kind. Is he a possum? I don't know. I'll have to find out. Look up possums and see if he looks like that. I tend to like gnomes and fantastical creatures like that. Excuse me. The ragweed season will end. I keep telling myself that every year this time of year. I'm not going to have this problem for too long. It's going away. He's a cutie pie, isn't he? You could always get into more colors, you know, add more colors through his, you know, his face, give him more interest. He's got a nice ruddy cheek because he's been out in the he's been outside in the sun. Hand is getting harder now, like, you know, I'm bearing down a little harder. Some people don't bear down at all, but in the end I have a tendency to do that. It's personal, you know. There's no coloring police. It's what you like, you know, because it is, after all, you know, in your own collection. This is yours. Nobody else but you. hands look too yellow. Okay, I'm gonna go down one more time with some depth and he'll be done. So what kind of depth do I want to put on him? A dark green? Yeah, maybe. And you ask why? Because it just comes out better. You can see it better. If you look at paintings that masters have done, they have all sorts of colors on a person's face, and you know, when you stand back, it looks all just, you know, gorgeous. But when you stand up closer, it's like, oh my gosh, look at all those colors. And it's for the same reason. You just want some depth and interest. Oops. His thumb is too green. There we go. Well, now I have to do more depth on the outfit. Maybe I don't, but I like to. Let's see, all these colors I've got with some purple. No, that won't work. How about some darker purple? Yeah, I like that. I used to work with a folk art teacher, and she'd say, stick to the colors in your palette. And I always wonder if I added a little this here, a little that. Most of the time I didn't like it. I wish I had stuck to the colors of the palette, but I tend to do what I like to do when it comes to art. A friend a long time ago told me, you know, when I photograph, I look for shadows. I take pictures of shadows. And, you know, they're probably right, because I think it's the shadows that deepen and give it more depth. See, I'm all over the place. I'm not your typical teacher. You know, they'll be more logical, like, you know, I use this for this reason, and, you know, I have this color because this looks better, and I'm just kind of throwing all the colors in there and hoping for the best. Well, I'm going to do his tin can and this, and then I'm going to relax for a little bit, do some stitching. I love to sew, so sewing is my thing. But, and you know, everything helps the other thing. Like, if you like to paint, then all the colors that you see, that, you know, that you're working in, whatever work that you're working on, will, you know, spark ideas. And the reason I'm adding yellow here is because it was, you know, hiding in the tree. You want it to stand out. Usually if something is resting on something, whatever it's resting on will have a deeper color. It'll have more depth to it. Well, that's enough for now. It needs a lot of work, but I'm happy with it enough for right now. I'll do this later. I'm not even sure what he's eating there. He has his toothbrush. He brought his toothbrush along with him. All right, that's enough for now. I hope that I was able to share some ideas with you, and I hope I stayed on so that you could see what I was doing. And I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.